What's dangerous is when the universe pick you and you put on the magic glasses. There's rules that go with them. You can never take them off. You never see things as they're supposed to be. You see things as they are. And you can never force nobody else to wear them.
Things I think while I lie awake and contemplate tonight are wearing me out. Well, maybe tomorrow the world will wake and get it right, but I have my doubts, yeah. During the day, well, I design machines of war that scream through the sky. 'Cause I, for one, I like to go to bed free at night under these stars and stripes. And I have my doubts that we're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts, and I have my doubts that we'll make it back out. Yes, I have my doubts, but they'll wind you up and pull the cord until you're spun right out. And I don't understand. Roll the dice and raise the price to feed the machine's mouth. Call it the progress of man. And I have my doubts that we're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts. And I have my doubts that we'll make it back out. I have my doubts, so I'll drink my stuff and raise some hell and shoot my guns to the end of my time. You can have the booze and go to hell and take the guns, but I know they won't be mine. I have my doubts. So we're all messed up and out of touch. Let's text someone who's in the other room. So don't wonder why we don't say hi or know anyone. I might as well move to the moon. So maybe I'm wrong. Well, I hope that I'm wrong. So maybe I'm wrong. Well, I hope that I'm wrong. Well, the things I think while I lie awake and contemplate at night.
Howdy, howdy, everyone. Let's see. Let me make sure that did switch over. Yep, my audio is going out. All right. One of these years, I will be confident in my setup, but probably not this year. Uh, there's a lot, and there's like 2 screens that I can't see. So I've got one, the same screen you see, but I've got 2 more screens that I can't see. So, um, crazy, crazy, crazy. Let me tell you. Um, so not that long ago, I decided, hey, I'm gonna check War News and to see if there's anything new. Now, I'm gonna be honest, right? This helicopter. At first, I figured it was a plane because the way initially when they said that an aircraft went down, they mentioned something about an F-18 like a year ago or whatever, right? And so I'm thinking, oh, okay, so it's probably an F-18. And then I heard earlier today 5 people lost their lives, and I'm like, that ain't an F-18 unless it took some people off the deck. And come to find out, it was a helicopter in which the Pentagon or whatever, U.S., had said it was a helicopter. No more details other than that. And it just didn't make sense that they were so tight-lipped about this incident. Didn't make sense. I'm sitting there thinking of all the, possibilities there, none of which included it got shot down. Now, I'm just going to be honest here. I watched a video from Prepper Dog, and it was of his opinion that it got shot down. I think he said that like last night. And if I'm not mistaken. And I'm going to be honest, I thought, you're off your rocker, dog, right? And I like Prepper Dog. He's an alright guy. Completely, wholeheartedly disagree with his stance on Israel, but it is what it is. So apparently, the dog got it right. That's from my understanding here, and that would make sense as to why they really, really kept it on the down low. So, as you see up there, I don't know if you've heard this anywhere yet. This is the only place, other than Prepper Dog's opinion, this is the only place I've seen this thus far as like being shot down, as far as it being spec forces, spec ops. Hang on, coffee, it's calling. I knew it's calling loud too. Couldn't you hear that? I definitely heard it. Yep. All right. Only if coffee screamed my name with pleasure like I scream its name with pleasure. Anyway, secret mission of the Night Stalkers in Gaza, ? MH-60 Black Hawk crash with 5 Special Forces men off Cyprus. Turks say it was shot down. Interesting. Article said an MH-60 Black Hawk helicopter carrying 5 Special Forces men from the elite 160th Airborne Special Operations Regiment that undertakes all covert missions was the aircraft that eventually crashed in the East Mediterranean, according to U.S. media. Now the questions are multiplying as the Turks report that the American helicopter in the configuration of special operations was shot down, while the USA also turned itself away. Initially, they did not release the details of the aircraft or how many people were on board or how it crashed, only to reveal a little while ago that it was a helicopter. Says Turks are talking about demolition. says the Turks talk about many unanswered questions and seem sure that it was not an accident. According to the latest information, the American aircraft that fell in the eastern Mediterranean was an MH-60 helicopter, and the 5 people who lost their lives were American Special Forces. The Turks emphasize and note that there are many question marks surrounding the accident, such as if the crew is 2 or 3 people, that leaves 2 Special Forces members. What routine training was done in the air with the 5 members? Why did the helicopter need to be refueled? It says the U.S. itself has said that U.S. Special Forces are helping to find hostages in Israel. Did they transport something from Israel and take it to Cyprus? Was the helicopter shot down over Gaza and didn't make it to land? As in the first announcement by EUCOM, which stated that there is no indication of hostile activity, so in the latest announcement, it is repeated that the flight was purely educational. Why do Americans feel the need to stress that twice? U.S. media says they were the elite unit Night Stalkers. They carry commandos on secret missions. 5 members of the U.S. Army Special Operations Forces have died in a helicopter crash in the eastern Mediterranean Sea, U.S. officials said earlier. The troops are crew members of an MH-60 Black Hawk helicopter in a training resupply mission late Friday when the aircraft crashed off the coast of Cyprus. 3 U.S. officials said, speaking on condition of anonymity, to discuss operational details. The crash is under investigation, they said. The Pentagon has quietly sent commando teams from the Joint Special Operations Command, including the Army's Delta Force and the Navy SEAL Team 6, to Cyprus to stand by in case they are needed to help remove American citizens from the area. The helicopter crew members who died were members of the Army's elite 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment, known as the Night Stalkers. This unit transports commandos on secret missions. In a statement on Sunday, U.S. Army European Command acknowledged the deaths of the 5 service members, but did not provide other information about the crash, its crew, or its unit. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, III, I believe that said in a statement Sunday, "We mourn the tragic loss of 5 members of the U.S. military during a training accident in the Mediterranean Sea." Says first U.S. update. U.S. military aircraft has crashed in the eastern Mediterranean after an undisclosed accident occurred during a training flight, in U.S. European Command said today. Okay, this was basically the original announcement that came out. Okay, so that is that's all. And I did refresh right before the show to make sure that there wasn't any new information beyond this. Coffee. So I don't know. But that would certainly add to why they are being so tight-lipped about it. We'll see. We will see. Yeah. Oh, I did want to take a real quick cruise on the home page of War News. Let it get translated there. And I did the report earlier today, so I wanted to catch you up from there. I don't know if this one was said earlier. Zelensky is left alone. The last foreign mercenaries are leaving Ukraine for the Middle East. Kind of curious as to which side they're leaving the Middle East for. American analyst Zelensky, Zaluzny, I don't know how his name's pronounced, massacre will revolutionize Ukraine. We will see unprecedented scenes. So that's an American analyst's thoughts. The Russians are planning a massive strike on Ukraine with swarms of advanced drones. Russia is conducting a very serious counterattack in Kupiansk and Lyman. I know I got those probably wrong. Destruction of Ukrainian positions in Klysivka. Barrage of attacks by Russian artillery. Here we have Russian Army anti-tank legend crushed numerous Ukrainian attacks, awarded hero. And then this article here. Okay. Next. This really kind of has me wondering if there's information that more is about to go on, as in a serious escalation, a quick escalation. Russia has managed to get out dozens of its citizens from Gaza. It says at least 70 Russian citizens have been evacuated from Gaza to Egypt via the Rafah border crossing, which remains the only way out of the besieged Palestinian enclave, Russia's emergency ministry has announced. The ministry said in a statement on Telegram on Sunday that its staff have been providing medical and psychological assistance to people as they cross to the Egyptian side. The evacuees are also offered food and water. Over the course of the week, the task force of the emergencies ministry worked to coordinate the procedure and routes for the evacuation of Russian citizens who found themselves in the area of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, the ministry said. All Russian passport holders will be driven from the border to the Egyptian capital, Cairo, where the operational headquarters of the emergency ministries had been set up, the statement read. There, they will be assisted to prepare all the necessary papers to depart for Russia or other destinations, it added. So, they are getting out. And I thought this was really interesting. I'm sure there's lots of strong feelings about it, including my own. Coffee. I have stronger feelings about coffee. Just to kind of put everything in focus here. No, actually, I got some pretty strong feelings about this. This here, I don't know if I read the headline or not. U.S. wants Israel to clarify Netanyahu's comments, just in case I didn't. The administration of U.S. President Joe Biden has contacted Israeli officials to demand clarification of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's claims that Israel will maintain security control of Gaza after the conclusion of its conflict with Hamas, according to Israeli media reports. The alleged misunderstanding between the allies was initially reported on Sunday by the state-run broadcaster Kan and later confirmed to the Times of Israel by an unnamed U.S. official. According to the reports, Washington was perplexed by comments Netanyahu made about the post-conflict future of Gaza. During a press conference on Saturday, Prime Minister dismissed the possibility of the Palestinian Authority taking control of the enclave after the war, insisting that there will not be a civil authority there that educates their children to hate Israel, to kill Israelis, or to eliminate Israel, and that it still hasn't condemned Hamas over its attack on the country on October 7, in which 1,400 people were killed. Well, and I know this is probably going to go against the grain of many, but this man is an absolute psychopath. Absolute psychopath. There is no two ways about it. Look, I've been saying it from jump. You don't have to pick a side. There is no righteous side here. There is no righteousness on October 7th to go kill a bunch of innocent Israelis. There's no righteousness in that. There's no honor in that. Just like there is no righteousness and honor in killing tens of thousands of people tons of children, hitting hospitals and schools and religious establishments claiming that, oh, well, the Hamas is using. I'm getting sick of hearing this. And the reason I'm getting so sick of hearing it is because it goes unchecked. And I call, pardon the language, bullshit on anything that goes unchecked. You know, what happened decades ago was horrid. It was horrible. It was disgusting. But that does not give them right to act that way towards others. I'm sorry, it doesn't. That's bullshit. Father wouldn't be good with that. Anybody with any sense of morality would not be good with that. This rah-rah Israel from the United States is mind-boggling. Mind-boggling, to say the least. I will comment on this because this is a prepper dog don't understand, right? I mentioned earlier that I do differ of opinion on him on this. He doesn't understand. He doesn't, as far as understand why anybody would question Israel, why anybody would think that Israel could possibly be in the wrong or be doing anything wrong. And I'm sitting there thinking, I know for a fact that Prepper Dog's Christian. He ends every one of his videos with scripture. I like that. That's awesome. When's he going to pay attention to what he's saying and what's in the book? I mean, it really doesn't. It doesn't take a stupid high IQ to figure this out. It doesn't. What it does take is an open ear and an open mind and an understanding that the great deception that the Bible warned about is here and now. You know, a lot of people want to pull their favorite parts, if you will, out of the Bible and say, well, see, this is going on now. This is going on now. This proves it's this time. This proves it's this time. But see, the Bible's not piecework. You got to take the whole thing at the same time. At the same time. And it warned us of everything that's going on right now. Literally everything. The heart's waxing cold. And that's one of the parts I don't understand about Americans and Christians when they go off about Hamas, when they go off about Palestinians. It's like, did you forget all that? And did you forget who chose to have your Messiah killed? Because there was a choice that a group of people made between a murderer and our Messiah. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. And the people that chose for our Messiah to be killed, to be crucified, are the very same people right now that's trying to eliminate another tribe? Huh. Interesting. I wonder if there's any interesting facts about those tribes. Like, oh, possibly that the tribe that's being eliminated believes in the Messiah, but he speaks a different language, so you'll have to excuse him when he calls the Messiah with a different name, because he speaks a different language. So if you don't mind excusing that, then we can move on to more common sense. They believe in our Messiah. You know who doesn't believe in our Messiah? You know who thought our Messiah was a joke? It was the same crowd. It was them same cats, the very same ones that voted to have our Messiah crucified. And who were they again? Right. You got it. You got it. Now, who did the crucifixing, right? Who did the nailing? Who did that? What? Romans? Romans. Now, there can't possibly be any religious organizations, possibly at all, associated with Romans. Could there be Roman Catholics? Oh, gosh, Roman Catholics. Ah, ah, ah. I've said it a ton of times. The two largest religious organizations on the planet are the same two groups of people that killed our Messiah and gave you the book you're reading. Why do I say it that way? Oh, I don't know. Seems like right over there, not in my virtual world, but in my real world, I've got a book that contains a bunch of missing books from the Bible. Pull out. Who did that? Who did that? Who decided that not all of God's word needed to be heard? Who called for that? We'll come back to that. Will Jen Psaki circle back to that? Yes, we will. Because it wasn't the only thing they did. Have you ever played the game to where you've got a series of things and you have to find the one that don't fit? It's a fun game, ain't it? I always thought it was fun in kindergarten. So tell me, you've got all the books of the Bible, bam, 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 bam. Is there any one of them in there that just doesn't really go along with any of the others? Any one of them? Any one of them? Is there any clue as to who might be behind that book of the Bible? Any idea? Any idea? Any clue? Romans. I'll be damned. Romans was added during the Council of Nicaea at the very same time they took out Yasher and Enoch and all the others that will help complete the story for you so you know what the Bible's actually trying to tell you. Council of Nicaea. That's how long the Great Deception has been going on. You're not going to hear this in a church. You know why you're not going to hear it in a church? Because you won't make money saying it. That's also why you won't hear anybody else, for the most part, saying it. Because it ain't going to make you popular. It ain't going to make you rich. But it's going to make you right with the main man. And last I checked, well, anybody that means it when they say they want to serve the Father might want to actually be serving the Father and not somebody else. I'm just saying. I know. Hang on. I had to poke my eyeballs back inward. So anyway, I guess we took you to church tonight. It is what it is. I don't understand. I don't understand how so many things that are so in front of everybody's face can be missed. I don't get it. I sorry, it gets me. It gets me. Are people intentionally not seeing this? Is that what's going on? Because I don't know. I don't know. To me, it's so obvious. All right. Nix that page. Thank you. WHO loses contact with Gaza's largest hospital. I mean, it's ridiculous what's going on. And it's almost like, oops, it's almost like, again, nobody questions. I mean, there are people questioning. Clearly they are. Hell, we're questioning it. But who are we? Nobody. Exactly. So just because we question it doesn't mean jack. And even if the WHO questions it, it doesn't mean jack. Why? Israel? Like a blank check to get away with doing anything they damn well want. Might have something to do with it. Said World Health Organization reported on Sunday a loss of communication with its focal points at Gaza's largest hospital, Al-Shifa. Israel has been targeting the facility, claiming that Hamas used it as a command center for terrorist activity. Yeah. According to the WHO statement, the staff could have joined tens of thousands of displaced people who have sought shelter on the hospital grounds and are fleeing the area. There are reports that some of those who fled the hospital have been shot at, wounded, or killed. WHO Director General Tedros, I can't say that guy's name, but you know Tedros. He added that that according to the latest reports, the hospital was surrounded by tanks. The organization repeatedly called for an immediate humanitarian ceasefire in Gaza and safe medical evacuations of the critically injured and sick. It is gravely concerned for the safety of health workers and hundreds of patients, including children. The WHO also said that the Al-Shifa staff had reported a lack of clean water and a risk of intensive care units, ventilators, and incubators being shut down due to a lack of fuel. I know I had occasionally put on Al Jazeera just to hear the latest of what was going on. A lot of times I'll have a live feed up, a live video feed of the skyline. And, of course, they'll be talking. And they've been playing this video. It was a guy that he's a driver for the Red Crescent thing. And, man, I'll tell you what, that was crazy. That is insane watching that video clip of what they do. And see, I'm not so quick to jump on emotions. Okay? And the reason why is because we're going to get ourselves in a hell of a lot of trouble by doing that. I had to tone myself down a long time ago when it came to my emotions. I had to learn to get in control of them because I wasn't. They controlled me completely. And I'm talking many, many, many moons ago. And early adult years. Ending of my teenage years and my early adult years. I was an emotional wreck. And I had to learn to get in control of that. Because I'm telling you, emotions will cause you to do the most stupid shit. Pardon the language. But that's a fact. And so, especially if I'm talking about other individuals, whether they are well or not, I think I'm going to do that from a logical standpoint. I'm going to also do it from a spiritual standpoint, from a righteous standpoint. Now, it's one thing if a man kills a family member and you can clearly identify the specific person that did it and blah, blah, blah. I am all for an eye for an eye. I don't think you lock that person up and pay for his meals and room and board for however long. If he killed somebody or any number of other crimes that should receive the death penalty, I don't think that, for one, they should have to sit and wait. And in fact, I think that's cruel and unusual punishment to make somebody wait like 10 frickin' years to be executed. That's insanity to me. But the thing that gets me is you can't put that on just a group of people like the Palestinians. You can't. And that's how it's been applied. I don't know. Anyway, I was talking about the guy that was driving for Red Crescent, and very, very impressive he was. Not only in his capabilities, but his cool-headedness, his bravery. I mean, looked to me, and I don't know nothing about that, but looked to me to be doing it right, or at least as right as could be done. Holy cow. I don't. And I was talking about stepping back, slowing down, thinking about things a little bit more before just throwing an emotional response out there. Think about that happening in the United States of America. Damn well before I judge somebody else, I'm gonna look in a mirror first. Why? Is that not the righteous thing to do? Man, I don't just talk it. It's not about talking it. There's a lot of people talk it. No. Why it's stated so many times that it's about the heart, the heart condition, because it's not about talking. It's about doing. I'm telling you, I don't just jump and they need to be wiped out. I don't. And when I look at this, I think about, what if this is the United States? It could very well be. It could as easily be as it is Gaza right now. Then what? And it angers me that there are so many out there with that heart of a heart. Because you reap what you sow. And as a nation, boy, have we reaped, and boy, are we about to sow. Or we sowed and we're about to reap, I guess. Not going to be good. And I know there's a lot of, just have hope. Think positive. Do I need to bring the Bible up again? Because, see, it talks about this. And things don't go well for a while, to put it lightly. I'm not saying that to be discouraging. I'm not saying that to be fear-mongering. I'm saying that to be motivating. You shouldn't be afraid. Why? Because the Father should be leading you. And if you truly have the Father leading you, there is not a damn thing to fear. Not a damn thing. There is nothing that I have done pushing in the service of the Father that has came back and bit me in the ass. Nothing. And no, stuff like that YouTube strikes and all. That's not it. that's not it. But as a nation, there's a judgment we're going to have to pay. And in this sense, I'm not talking about the spiritual judgment. We've got a judgment of man coming down on us. Because of a nation that for centuries, literally, have been at war. We got a hell of a judgment coming. I believe from both man and the Father. This is insanity and nonsense. Macron made moral mistake, says Netanyahu. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has urged Western leaders not to bow to pressure from those calling for a ceasefire in Gaza, saying that French President Emmanuel Macron made a mistake by calling for the IDF to stop bombing civilians in the Palestinian enclave. During a press conference on Saturday, Netanyahu said that Israel was truly doing everything to minimize harm to civilians, but would not give Hamas a license to murder its citizens without a response, according to the Times of Israel. On Friday, Macron told the BBC that he clearly condemns the Hamas attack on Israel. However, he also said that de facto today civilians are bombed, pointing out that there is no reason for that and no legitimacy, urging Israel to stop. He added that a humanitarian ceasefire was the only solution to protect all civilians in Gaza. Commenting on Macron's remarks, Netanyahu said that he made a serious mistake. Factually and morally, it is Hamas preventing the evacuation of civilians, not Israel. Right. Again, somebody needs to seriously stand up to this guy. Seriously. Enough playing softball with him. This guy needs to be removed. He needs to be removed from power. The situation in Gaza needs to stop. And when I say the situation, I'm not talking just about the bombing. I'm talking about all of it. I don't think Israel should be allowed to have a damn say in a damn thing on a single hair of a single head of a Palestinian ever again. I think that other nations should be the ones to step in and, control things for a bit. Get things calmed down and truly put a true divide between the Israelis and the Palestinians. Again, remove 100% of control of Palestinians away. And what Israel's got's what they got. And we're not talking about where settlers have settled in the West Bank. And no, they need to go back across the fence. They need to go back across the fence. And what's done's done. That's my opinion. That's my thoughts. That's the way I would make that call. But Israel would not ever have a single thing to do again with the Palestinians. And that would be the security guarantee to the Palestinians. And that would be the security agreement in order not to start another Hamas or any other type. And then the nations that are overseeing it need to truly apply equal judgment to both. And I'm talking about for any new, there shouldn't be anything new, but we all know there will be. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. U.S. credit card debt hits historic high, says data. Not even going to read that nonsense, but I wanted to make sure you heard the headline. All right, this means it's time for a drink of coffee, a couple of vapes, and run around outside with our hair on fire. Why not? Sounds like fun. We have a few sips of coffee. Some like really good stuff, man. I cleaned my filter. No, I don't reuse the paper filters. For those that don't know, I use a reusable filter on Amazon. They're like super awesome. I did a video on them. They're like super, super awesome. Anyway, when you clean them up really, really good, scrub them down good, they will put oil. You know, when you from the coffee beans, you will get the oils from the coffee beans in your coffee, which is absolutely freaking delicious. You don't get that with paper filters because the paper filters soak up the oils from the coffee beans. The oils are what give the coffee flavor. So if you can retain those oils into your pot of joe, you're going to have a much more flavorful, even if I can't say it, experience. Yum yum. Mike, I don't know what you mean. Okay, hang on. Hang on. Reusable. And yeah, I don't know what all will come up if I go into my history. So I'll just come here. What we got was a Tupac, and I don't remember for how much. I believe this was it, possibly. Was this it? Was this it? Will it pop up? Yes, this was it. We bought one time. So we bought, ours was a Tupac. Another variation one time. Yeah, Tupac. There we go. $12. Gold Tone brand reusable 8 to 12 cup basket coffee filter fits Mr. Coffee, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, those things are freaking awesome. For one, you don't have to keep wasting money on paper filters. And two, you keep those scrubbed down good. Just use regular dish soap and a little scrubby, right? You keep them scrubbed down good, and you'll get all the most delicious oils from your coffee beans in your coffee. Yum, 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 yum. And you can stop wasting money on coffee filters. And guess what? The 50 cases of coffee filters you've got in your prepping storage, you won't need, yo. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying. All right. How much of the Bible is history and how much is prophecy? It seems tuned to the current running narrative, mixing the two. Well, you're correct. You're absolutely correct. It is both history and it is prophecy at the same time. I mean, even the Bible directly states that nothing under the sun is new, right? Everything's happened again. And that's the thing that it always humors me. It humors me when people talk about past civilizations and they kind of talk like they're the Flintstones. And I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. But that's not the way it works. That's not the case. There have been civilizations even more advanced than us. We didn't get near as, do you think we got as near? Okay, Atlantis was not just a place, but it was also a time, okay? Not our time. Atlantis was a place, but during another civilization. And I think it was the one prior to this one. And so anyway, what happened with Atlantis, I'm convinced, was a pole shift. What happens in the Bible in Noah's time, that was a pole shift. What happened during Jesus' crucifixion, or right after the crucifixion, it talks about how the ground shook and pole shift. Okay, and then the third pole shift is in the prophecy in Revelation. So there are cycles. And there's a reason, for instance, that we find iron ore deposits in the ground. And it's not just by, stroke of luck that a bunch of iron decided to collect in one spot. And those were cities and stuff. Those were from prior civilizations. Those are all the steel and all that stuff that's all broken down and gone back into its elements. That's why we find all those kind of deposits around. Again, I look at a lot of this stuff and it's just like, it just seems obvious to me. But yeah, and I even say that when it comes to, where was I going with that? Hang on. I was reading, I was catching back up with chat and then lost my thought. But anyway, I won't continue with taking you to Bible class, but I make this comment a lot, and I don't think we've been chatting with the young ladies from from one of the churches here, and I bring a lot of this up to them. It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. What those poor girls do that they get sicked on me. Oh my goodness. I'm just being patient because I think the Father's got a plan working. And let's just say the stars haven't aligned yet. Oh, that's kind of what I was. One more thing, and I've talked about this several times before. And I don't know. We'll see how many people we can run off because this is a good one. So a lot of people, they look at the ark in the Bible. And as you may or may not know, what is it? Tennessee or is it Kentucky? I can't remember where the guy built the ark. And it's supposedly built to the proper dimensions and all of that. Okay. There is no way that the ark can hold 2 of each animal. You wouldn't even get 2 of each animal from one continent on the ark, no less the entire planet. So what gives? Again, we have to stop thinking of all of these people and prior civilizations as being cavemen and cavewomen. It's really, truly ridiculous. The Bible says that isn't the case. I'm going to listen to the Bible. When the frickin' pyramids have hieroglyphics with UFOs and alien-looking beings, I'm going to have to ask questions about that. It wasn't the physical animal. It was the DNA of all the animals on the planet. It was the DNA vault. Like we now have. We've had a seed vault now for decades. Now we've got DNA vaults. Look it up. Look it up. It was the DNA of each animal, each sex of each animal. And if you were to do your figuring with that, guess what would be right about the right size to fit on that big boat? Huh. Things that make you go, cracks me up. It's the same book, folks. I read the very same book. But I don't let anybody else explain it to me. That's the trick. You have to go at it completely yourself and the Father. Talking. Keep talking, keep praying. I can't guarantee or promise that he will reach out to you. I can't. But if he does, wow, it's incredible. Can you make the screen in the back the full background window to window? Do you mean like get rid of me, in other words? Yeah, I can. Oops. I don't know what I did there. Hang on. Oh, wait. Now I know what I did. Hang on. I got to get back on that screen. There we go. All right. Yeah. Let me, you mean like that? Can you make the screen in the back the full background window to window? See, that's what I don't know when you say window to window. Is this what you mean? Like to where it's the full screen? What I have back there is, well, you can't see me now, but what I have back there is that what you mean or something different? Because I actually set it that way, just, I don't know. But I can make it full screen. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. And you can too if you click the link. You don't have to talk or nothing. If you click the link in the description, all you got to do is put in whatever name. You don't have to talk. You don't have to participate. What do you mean? It works, but see, I just don't know what you mean by window to window. Oh, to make it bigger. Oh, I see what you're saying now. I'm sorry. I don't know why I didn't pick up on that. No, I can't, unfortunately. You're talking about making the whole thing. Well, you can't see me. Oh, yeah, you can. You're talking about making the whole thing bigger. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't. I can make mine bigger by going like this, but it doesn't change. It doesn't change the size of that. It just changes it for me so that I can read it better. So, but then, I don't know. It's weird when I can't see. I don't like that when I can't see in front of me. Can I make it smaller? Yeah, I mean, I wished I could. There's a lot of things I wished I could do. I wished I could actually increase the resolution as well. And there's no way I know to do that. So, because I would really like to be able to put out a much higher res. Ah, it turned red on me. Does that always do that every night? Huh. The little circle thing up there turned red. Anyway, let me run through these headlines so I can run around outside with my hair on fire. No, I'm kidding. I I can't wait to make the video for you guys. In fact, that's the video I'm probably going to make tomorrow, but I'm not going to release it tomorrow because you got to see a bunch of other lame videos yet before you see that video. And I'm going to make it a 2-part video to where I'm going to do what I'm going to do 2 different ways. You'll see. It's going to be awesome. After I do all that, I'm going to see, I'm pretty sure that I can actually connect this little bitty camera to our NVR system. I'm not positive, but I'm going to try. So, but that's after I do all this other stuff, cut all these other videos out, and get you guys well versed on it. I think it's cool. I like it. I do. I'm not just saying that. It's folks. It's not like if somebody used my link to buy one. It's not like I make a fortune off of it. I'm just I like it. It's cool. So, and I'll probably do videos on most of that. I don't think I'll be making a video though of me adding it to my NVR system. Sorry. That's one place we won't be going. Yeah. I hope that eventually we graduate to legs. I really do. We got legs. Meta, the folks that actually own the room here. Meta, Facebook, you know the folks. They have got legs. Like if I go to my Meta home, like my home, my homie home, the very first home I come to when I click the power button, yeah, I'm this stuff. I'm normally really good at picking up on tech. Yeah, not so much with the VR thing. I think a big part of that's because VR is very much a social thing, and I'm very much not a social person. And so you kind of have to go be social to learn about different stuff and learn how to do different, and that ain't me, yo. So anyway, then I heard that Horizons, which is Meta's app, I heard that they got legs, and this is Meta Horizons Workrooms. So it's part of Meta and part of Horizons. So I'm hoping that we're next in line to get some eggs, because that looks real stupid. Let's see. I'm almost out of coffee. You know what that means. All right. Pope fires anti-LGBTQ bishop. Little bit of a change in policy there. We won't go back to biblical talk, but you know what I mean. U.S. debt interest bill tops $1 trillion a year, says Bloomberg. A European country reveals nuclear energy plan. Ukraine aid cut from GOP-backed stopgap funding bill. U.S. credit card debt hits historic high, says data. Oh, covered that. Covered that one. Activists want Latin American star's Russian passport revoked. Rift growing between Western and Ukrainian spies, says the Times. Diamond industry takes radical steps to stem price decline, says Bloomberg. Chainsaw-wielding thieves target ancient Mediterranean olive trees, says AP. Escaped circus lion sparks panic in Italy. BRICS overtaking G7 in economic might, says Bloomberg. Ukraine security guarantees must be backed by Russia, says NATO member. Sanctions on Russia's Arctic LNG project could tighten energy markets. Branding Kazakhstan Russia's backyard is foolish, says the Kremlin. Dozens of Russian citizens. Oh, covered that. I thought I did, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Covered that one. Russia's new business elite reaping benefits from Western exodus, says Bloomberg. EU state prosecuting citizens for supporting Russia. Israeli president claims Mein Kampf was found in children's room in Gaza. Again, this stuff really needs to stop. Zelensky may be ousted, says ex-presidential aide. You know, there's a lot of talk lately about him being cooed or ousted or, you know, Clinton, Epstein. Let's see. Israel strikes a landmark air defense deal. Greta Thunberg chants for Palestine at climate march. German opposition leader demands new citizens embrace Israel. Ukraine hoping for Trump-Zelensky call, says media. Boy, he just keeps anything. Can you won't come and see me? Can you maybe give me a call? Can you say my name? NATO states defense chief sacked after fatal car crash. And lastly here, accused Ukrainian brands Washington Post Nord Stream claims untrue. Let me take a peek and see. I've got a number 2 up there. Hang on. I gotta go number 2. I gotta go number 2, man. Number 2. Macron explains killing babies remark to Israeli president. Do you really need to explain that to him? I mean, you don't think he can figure it out? I don't think he cares. Why the... Oh, well, yeah. I don't do opinion, not, opinion articles, that is. I'm full of opinion, but I don't... I'll put my opinion out there because I'm kind of doing the show, but I don't... Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and read a ton of opinion articles to you guys because that wouldn't make sense. Anywho, this is crazy what's all going on. And as I've said many, many, many times before, the answer is still the same for us. Keep getting ready. Keep moving forward. Keep praying. Keep learning as much as you can. We got a hell of a road ahead of us. And again, I don't say that to cause fear. I literally view it as opportunity. That's how I look at it. I was taught if you see a need, fill it. I can't wait to start filling needs. I really can't. I do think we got an ugly road ahead. And I sure hope as many people as possible are taking it serious and making serious commitments. I'm telling you, the model that you see on YouTube for preparedness, it's okay, but there is so much lacking. And there's so much it's wrong. A lot of Hollywood in it. I'm telling you, there's a lot of Hollywood in it. What are people going to do when they find that out at the last minute? When their entire plan of how them and their buddies are going to hole up with their box of crackers and fend off their 4 acres, whatever. I'm just throwing stuff out there, but you know what I'm saying. That's not realistic, no matter how many damn movies they've seen. If you're not making a plan to be an asset, to help, then you're not making any plans. And if you expect people to welcome you with open arms after you hid out in your cave with your box of crackers until you ran out of crackers, not providing any help, any benefit, anything to the people that struggled and watched loved ones die from the very same things that you were hiding from, just to pop up out of the ground and say, I need you to take care of me. I think they might want to start rethinking their logic, because this Walking Dead shit ain't gonna work. Just ain't gonna work. Anyway, I am gonna take my Walking Dead shit and go to bed without my legs. So I'm gonna lay right up on this damn table. No, I'm telling you, I came so close to having serious mishaps with this damn headset. Like, I looked down and, obviously the chair that you see here and that I see in my headset is not my real chair. And I have literally went to go sit down by grabbing the chair that I see in the headset, which, again, I'll indicate is not my real chair. I have almost wound up on my ass a couple of times. Anyway, I'm getting out of here, even though, if you not noticed, there's no door in this room. Yeah. Thank you, Facebook, for putting us in a prison. There's no freaking door in the room, yo. What the hell? Anyway, I don't know. That might be a door over there. I don't know. Is that a door over there? I don't know. Is it a door? Is it a door? Is that a door? I need to know. I see a light switch over there. I believe there's a light switch on the wall over there, which would indicate that there's a door. So maybe there is a door over there. But I didn't see any steps or stairs. So do you just fall to your death? I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, I'm getting out of here. I go on and on and on about this lame room. Anyway, I will see you all tomorrow, God willing. I hope you have a good evening. As always, God bless you. We love you. Be one with your spirit, and shalom.